watching some freaking crazy stuff here.
Sister, brother, cousin porn.
I love House of the Dragon, guys.
Why, hello. If you're new here, I'm Navy. If you're not, then you probably already know what time it is. I make a lot of art and book related videos. And today I'm here with a new kind of video. I'm here with a video regarding House of the Dragon. So if you didn't know, I am a huge fan of Fire and Blood, the book that House of the Dragon is based on. Season 1 of House of the Dragon drew me the freak in. I was obsessed with that. Like, I rewatched the season like 5 times. I was like, you've got gay people and you've got dragons. What more can I want? After I did that, I ended up, watching Game of Thrones and being like, oh, first season's great. Last season's, and like, I heard that Game of Thrones was horrible before I even watched it, and I was like, so that's why I was so skeptical to start House of the Dragon, because I was like, even when they were following the books, it wasn't always 100% accurate and stuff. And then knowing started when they literally started adapting after the books happened, and it's like, you're just making up your own dog shit ending. Yeah, but, when season 1 had just came out, all I heard was good things about House of the Dragon and how insanely book accurate it was and how it was literally just following the books. Very few made up stuff, yada yada. So I was like, you know what? Perfect. There are very few book adaptations that are really good and people boast about how good they are. So I was like, fuck it. Season 2 is, I got the book in about March of 2024. I was like, season 2 is coming out in 3 months, 3-4 months. I gotta get on it. And so I did. I read through that whole 700-page book. And boy, oh boy, was I enthralled. That book was, ooh, it's a little crazy. But that's to be expected when you read something from George R.R. Martin. You expect the crazies. But oh my god, that book was so insane and so good and so beautiful. Like, oh, I love high fantasy stories. Sorry, my dad just came in to talk to me. Anyway, so I read through the book. Literally, gotta be one of my favorite books ever. And then season 2 came out. And then I thought about doing things that are not appropriate for me to say on YouTube. Things that almost set me back to as like, what? Oh my gosh. Do I have complaints and do I have things to say? Because again, this book was so insanely beautiful. I loved it. It changed my life. So did the first season of the show. The moment that first episode of season 2 came out, speechless in a bad way again, twins. And you don't get me speechless in a bad way often. I have so many complaints and so many, like, little nitpicky things. There are a few adaptations and changes that I do personally like. Like, you will never once hear me complaining about the Yuri. I love the change of Rainiscent. I love the change that showing how the victim, showing, like, how she is truly a victim no matter what. And then, of course, I love the Massaria and Rainiscent thing going on. Oh, I love Yuri. And, like, a lot of people were like, oh, Alice, it wasn't like that in the book. She was a cunt. Yeah, she was a cunt. But also she was a victim in the early stages in the book. I can get into that for you personally. And I've gotten into this on Twitter as well. I've gotten into so many Twitter battles because I have this whole book memorized. And these people want to fight with me over what truly does happen in this book and over who truly is a better person. Rapist, woman who raises taxes during the war. Yeah, there's so many complaints and things that I had. And so many things. And, like, I want to do a full video breaking down like the changes in the discourse, because these aren't just small changes. These are genuinely incredibly racist and sexist changes that completely change the entirety of the outcome of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna complain. I want to make a full-length video covering seasons 1 and 2, and then of course season 3. But I figured, I was talking to my friend, and he was like, you love to yap so much, and you've talked to me for a good hour just in the past few days over the inaccuracies and changes of House of the Dragon and things you like. So he's like, just make a video reacting to it. I'm like, you know what? I will. Thanks, Raph. This video's for you. So I'm just gonna be live reacting to the second episode. And every time there's a change and I have a complaint, I'm gonna pause the episode. And I'm gonna complain to you guys. Because I can't just sit in my room and be schizophrenic Jimmy Fallon anymore. Like, people need to hear my complaints. Because again, you can't tell me that it's nothing but racism for what they've done to Rhaena and Bella's character. You are literally just a racist who hates women. There's no other better explanation for that. And if you, please give me any other explanation for that. Yeah, without any further ado, I've got myself a drink. I got the episode set up on my computer. I just finished working a 4-hour shift. I am ready to complain. Okay, sorry, I got hot, so I had to take my shoulder thing off, but I'm wearing a top, guys. I swear, it's a tube top. One thing I will say is House of the Dragon, the intro for House of the Dragon is way better than Game of Thrones. Like, way better. I love the first season and how it, like, showed how truly, like, interconnected, like, the bloodline was. But season 2 and 3, oh my god, telling it through, like, the tapestry kind of storytelling, it's so beautiful. That's my only, like, this is good. Aside from Yuri. Okay, the opening shot being the camera lens being essentially the sea floor, and we're looking up, and we're seeing dead bodies in the water and on the surface of the water. Peak. The visual direction of the show is always really good. Also, I was talking to my friend about this last night. I forgot about it. Got a little baked. But oh my god, the soundtrack of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, it is so peak, it'll do no wrong. It carries the show aside from the acting. Like, it is so good. I do not want to mispronounce his name, so I'm gonna put it on the screen. But the guy who does the Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon soundtrack, he is so insane. He also did a soundtrack to my favorite Marvel movie, Eternals. Let me just say, that man, he knows how to cook. He knows how to make a soundtrack. The way he is with music, it's like, ooh, I can't even put into words how beautiful this man is about making music. The way people talk about Hans Zimmer, that's the way I talk about this man. I die for him. He is so good. Okay, I'm gonna make a separate video on episode 1 of season 3 and the Battle of the Gullet as a whole. But next following, we see, oh gosh, now I have to remember the name of the dragons. They're so confusing. Seaspoke, Silverwing, and Vermithor arriving at the Battle of the Gullet, burning things down, doing crazy stuff. And again, my biggest complaint about last episode was how inaccurate what the Battle of the Gullet was. And again, those 3 dragons weren't there. They showed up at the very beginning of the battle with everyone else, with Jason and Bela. And guess what? Bela wasn't there. Deep breaths. And don't even get me started on Reyna, because we're gonna get deep into this. If we get more scenes of Reyna, I'm gonna get deep into how horribly racist and misogynistic the character choices, the way they're going with her character, and having her replace Nettles and removing Nettles as a whole. But oh my gosh, look, my baddies are here. Actually, I really love the designs, and like of Vermithor and Silverwing. Like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. Especially I love Silverwing's call. Like, it's so cute and so beautiful. Like, they know how to design dragons, damn. Oh my god, Bela's just flying over looking for No! So, Bela's just flying over the gullet with Jace's dead body behind her on her saddle. They want me dead. They want me dead, actually. Guys, what if I start going back to therapy and I send my therapy bill to Ryan Condal? Because this is actually causing me mental distress. Okay, I was wrong. Jace isn't behind her. He's in front of her. And she's, like, practically, like, hugging him. And flying him back to Dragonstone so he can be his mama. Do we have a weapon? Yo. They won the battle. Oh my god. How do you tell Rhaenyra that another one of her sons, her firstborn son, is dead? I'm actually gonna listen to this with headphones on. Hashtag schizophrenic Jimmy Fallon core. She's talking to her dead son. Body right there. Yeah,
Let her go mad. Let her go mad. Where is Emma Darcy's Emmy? Where's the Emmy? She's serving face right now. Yeah, this boy on fire that Kingsguard. Like, he is not good at following orders. Will it wake my son? Again, where are the awards? Where are the awards? This is her firstborn. I know you can't get an Oscar for a TV show, but I'd give her an Oscar. Okay, so in like the behind the scenes stuff of her actually Bella, like in the destruction of in the aftermath of the gullet, she's not wearing her cape. What if Rhaenyra like strips her of her little red sachet Targaryen cape because she's mad at her for what happens? I'm gonna get real beefy over Rhaenyra getting mad at Bella because, like, again, none of this ever happens in the book. Why would she purposely be mean to a woman that she sees as her daughter? Oh my God, Lady Jane and Rhaena! Rhaena literally showed up to the Vale and said, "You wanted a dragon rider. I brought you a motherfucking dragon and a rider." My girl! My girl. So, instead of, you know, being a nice person, like Lady Jane is in the books, do not get me started on Lady Jane Eyre. What is this mischaracterization? What is this? What is this? She's mad at Bella. She's like, "Why don't you leave? Why are you coming here?" And Rhaena's like, "I seek asylum." Because guess what? Rhaena's fearing for her life because she knows Rhaenyra gonna lose her mind. Rhaenyra finds out that, guess what? She kind of had some. She first of all burned her grandfather's ships, and kind of was the result of, you know, led to Jace's death. Rhaenyra's not going to be pleased. She's going to be disowned. Like, she needs help. But what gets me is two things. One, that is so against Rhaenyra, she'd be a little upset, but she would not be angry, and she would not, you know, remove her titles from her or do anything. Like, she still loves Rhaena like a daughter. Again, and two, none of this happens in the books. That's not how Jace dies. That is not how Jace dies. Jace dies trying to save his brothers. They completely removed Rhaena. Actually, guess what? Rhaena is on a boat to Pentos in this entire thing. Not involved. The actual writer of Sheepstealer, not involved in Jace's death anyways. Jace died because he was flying too low trying to save his brothers from his ships from being kidnapped. What is the scene? It's pissing me off. Actually, I'm very upset. And again, why are we making Lady Jane Eyre a see you next Tuesday? She is not. She is not. She's one of the kindest and compassionate women in the book. Don't worry, guys. No one knew it was me. And Lady Jane's like, go be homeless. Live somewhere else. So Rhaena gives her an ultimatum. So, do you want a dragon to protect your land? Or not? Because I will let my dragon burn this place. I will protect you instead. With my crazy homeless dragon. Lady Jane actually really liked Rhaena. She loved her and cared for her. She would not do this. She would not literally send Rhaena to be homeless on the streets of the Vale with her crazy dragon. I shouldn't be screaming. I shouldn't be screaming. My dad has work in the morning. Oscar Tully! Bro grew up. Wore him like a truck, bro. Why are we all singing? Allie! My biggest complaint about last season was no Alicent Blackwood. No Black Allie. My queen.
and no sappicness. They literally made Sabbath Frey a freaking 70-year-old woman, so she can't be gay lovers with Allie. But we finally get her this season. Ugh. I do not know how to feel about the eye makeup. Love-hate with it, but as long as we get a scene of her riding a horse, shooting bows and arrows in a bunch of green spaces, I'm fine with that. Like, she looks sexy, and if season 4 doesn't include a schmexual scene between her and Cregan, I would be so angry. Because why do I have to see grown men kissing their mamas, but I can't see my favorite ships get it on? You know, guys, I was actually going to draw while I was watching this, but my anger, my rage is actually preventing me from doing anything. I have to call the pharmacy, you guys. That is so random, and you don't care, but I just remembered I have to call the pharmacy. Oscar Tully, Your Grace, is something amiss? Chase me dead as fuck! The Crown Prince is dead. Oh my god. A clip of Caraxes drinking water, and it's actually kind of good. So all the budget went to the VFX. They said, costume, hair, them dragons. Honestly, just give them a bigger budget then. Just give them a bigger budget so that they can have nice costumes, nice hair. Give the black people nice wigs. And they can have nice dragons. Oh, so we're learning why Alice is the way she is. Alice says, give me Harrenhal. That's only what I ask. Nothing exactly like what she's ever claimed to want in the book. She's happy being the witch. But she said, give me what I want. Give me Harrenhal. Like, let me have my home. They was like, you're nobody. You're a witch. Why would you ever have that? This is why she Loki kind of betrays them and is gonna go full in, because she's never like truly like on Rhaenyra's on like either side in the battle, but this is showing like she's truly gonna be down for Aemond and like be feeding him and be like really involved in him because he can get her whatever she wants. Daemon can't, but Aemond will 100% give her whatever the hell she wants with those crazy mommy issues. Okay, 2 things. One, going back to Baela removing her red cape cloak thing. She could have just done it because she's in mourning, because, you know, her fiance's dead, love of her life is dead, because we don't really see the reason why she takes it off. 2, if they're gonna try to have us do this Baela Allen romance right now, I'll actually jump, because you made him way older than he actually is in the books, and they don't get married until after the war. Aegon III arranges their marriage to kind of like settle everything, and he cheats on her like a bunch of times. It's not even a loveful marriage. If you're gonna try to have Baela have a romance with an old ass man immediately after the love of her life died, after you refuse to let them even share a kiss scene, but you're gonna have mother-son incest that doesn't exist in the books. Oh, you're nasty. And I'm looking through your search history. Baela immediately clocked his teeth. She went, we're cousins. You are my grandfather's son. Or, what is... No, let me... That makes him her uncle. They love Uncle Niece shit. Okay, I had to move to my chair because it feels nicer on my back. He's searching too, and Seasmoke is crying out, and they're looking for Corlys. Seasmoke can feel out of emotions. Like, he wants to get his daddy. And it's so funny. Again, both Corlys' sons have ridden on Seasmoke. I think they found Corlys! They found him! Twin! Oh, apparently we're seeing Dreamfire this season. Ooh. I'm so excited for her design. We're gonna see Mother of Dragons. Literally. What now, Robert? Every time I see Aegon, that's what comes to my mind.
Yes, Robert. What do you want now? More money, a check, a car, my soul?
Yeah, I'm actually not here for this original Aegon plotline. Because I don't like him. Because he's a horrible freaking person. You can't make me like someone who has sexually assaulted other people.
We're going to Rick's Rest. He's gonna find Sunfire. I have nothing to give you but my name. He's finally gonna acknowledge them as his sons. At least Alan. No, you're just gonna claim Alan, not Adam. Adam standing there like the standing emoji. Oh, that's it! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is that Hagar or... I can't tell from this far away. Can you tell I have horrible eyesight? Why don't I just see a naked man? There are butt cheeks and pee-pees everywhere right now. I just saw a man's bush. Oh my god. I have the funniest story to tell you guys. When I was watching House of Dragon for the first time, I watched episode 5. I don't know if it's episode 4, it was episode 5, but that's the episode with the brothel scene between Rhaenyra and Daemon. I watched that in class. Episode 4. I watched that episode live in class. I was also a little baked. But I just had my headphones in, I was in art class, and I was just like watching the episode and drawing at the same time. And then that scene pops on. I literally had to like slam my freaking phone down on the table and make a loud noise. And I had to like hide my phone. Because like you were allowed to be on your phone and like watch shows and stuff. But like I had to like hide my freaking phone and like skip through the rest of that stick and like watch that scene like in silence in the corner of my desk. Like I hid like there's the top of the desk and then there's like the under part of the desk that you can put stuff in. I literally had my phone in there and I was hiding and I was like watching the scene. And I was like, no, I don't think anyone knew what I was doing, but I knew. That did not need to happen in my art class in my Catholic high school. I think Jesus saw that. If he is real, he saw that. I'm sorry, Jesus. I did worse things in my religion class. Allison straight up here being like, Queen Rhaenyra returning, telling everybody. We know your girlfriend's coming back and we know you're excited for that strap. But she is not going to be happy when she sees you and Aegon's not there. Adam left Tay. I hate Ulf, book Ulf and show Ulf. You gotta admit, his accent is funny as fuck, and he kind of is a little bit funny. Hate him so much, and he's a douche, but some of his scenes, they gag. Daemon just slapped the fuck out of Ulf. And you know what? It's probably gonna be my favorite thing he does this whole season, Daemon. With Miss Arya talking about how Rhaenyra and Alicent were girls together, I kind of wanted to go in on my take on this. I think that Rhaenyra and Alicent are desperately reaching for the younger versions of themselves, especially in this time of trauma and terror. Like, they're losing everything. Everything is going amok. Like, everything is horrible. Like, do you even want to wake up the next day? So they would much rather, like, repress themselves and revolt back to who they were at their happiest. 14-year-old girls who were just best friends. Who just wanted to, you know, eat lemon cake and fly across the world. They're repressing back to the happiest versions of themselves so they don't have to feel and actually process and remember what's currently happening. All the people that are dying. All the terror that is happening across the entirety of Westeros. They would much rather just remember that they used to be happy and that they could potentially, maybe one day, be happy again. Not the same kind of happiness they had when they were children, but they could be happy again. Once this all ends. Not right now, but they could be, you know? And that thought is kind of driving them along. Vhagar has left the Red Keep and is going to the Riverlands. It is time to strike. We've got like half the episode left. I'm scared. I hate that Alicent's dresses are so cunty and beautiful, and then and then there's Rhaenyra's costumes. Where are her gorgeous gowns? She's so cunty walking up those stairs. I have a little sketch of her walking up those stairs holding her dress. Beautiful. That close-up shot of her eye looks so much like Millie. Yep. They're gonna have Rhaenyra blame Rhaena for this. They're gonna have her blame Rhaena. There's no need for this strife to happen. That's not the reason. She kind of hates Nettles and goes mad against Nettles. I'll go into that separately. She thinks of these girls as her daughters. She loves and cares for them. There's no reason for her to be angry with her. You didn't need to have this happen. You didn't need to include this at all. There was no need for this. And then, like, Ryan came out with, like, a whole, like, BS statement about why he kind of turned her into Nettles. And I was like, this is BS. Now, this doesn't even make sense to the human mind, let alone in a storytelling way. Peeing me off. Like, she loves these girls, and she actually really likes Nettles at first. The only reason she starts to dislike Nettles is when she slowly starts to kind of go mad and lose her mind. And people start spreading rumors and lies and whispering in her ear. And she believes that Nettles is having an affair with her husband. So why would you make that character her stepdaughter and Damon's actual child? That's sick and twisted, Ryan. Actually, I don't even know if I want to keep watching because it's peeing me off. And now they're like, yeah, this dragon is obviously is on Team Green. And Rainiera's like, find this rider. That's actually your child. That's actually your daughter. Who you love. Who's lonely and sad. And has never felt truly appreciated because of her lack of a dragon. Ooh, I kind of like that wig. Yeah, Rainiera does not want this to continue. She's like, my babies are dead. Why do I have to keep going on for this? Damon's like, will you let your kids die in vain? I'm like, Damon. I have a GUN. Oh, and now he's trying to talk about, like, the prince who was promised in the prophecy. Die. I don't like you, Damon. I am so excited for you to meet your end in Harrenhal above the God's Eye. Why are we going crazy over this prophecy? Oh, please stop it. Allison is packing her shit, ready to leave. She's getting out of this castle. Stop leaving Allison alone in rooms with nasty ass men. I'm putting a prayer over her. She knows about her little dalliance with Kristen, and get away from her. Do not try to touch her. I will hurt you if she doesn't. Back the freak up. Bro. Yeah, run, Ella. Why are we doing this? Not this. So you just, like, love violence against women is what I'm taking out from this. You enjoy violence against women. Is he trying to assault her? As in, schmexually? Yep, he is! So why are we getting this scene? This never happens. None of this ever happens. Oh, thank the gods someone walks in. Multiple people walk in. And save her. Literally, that doesn't need to happen. What is with these unnecessary and unneeded, because they are not in the freaking adaptation, something like that, grape scenes? Why? Why are there so many? Why are you assaulting Allison this much, especially this season? You already know she's a victim. And so you're like, you know what would be fun to do? Continuously assault her over and over again. I'm sorry, but there's nothing more misogynistic than this. If they continue with the 4th season, I'm scared for what will happen. Because Rainiera's death is a femicide. You cannot argue with me on that. I will go down on that hill. He's going to make that. He's going to draw the fuck out of that death, and he's going to humiliate her and do so many horrible things to her. I know. I honestly believe that he might even actually fully adapt some of Mushroom's takes on what happens to these girls. Like, there's no other reason why you would have Alicent have an attempted assault on her, other than you just kind of want to dip into Mushroom's works and you just literally hate women and you want to be like crazy and edgy. This isn't fun. People don't actually enjoy grape and incest from the show. That's just kind of like an understanding of, oh, that kind of happens because it happened in the books. You only kind of want a generalization of the assault that happens in the books when you're adapting something. Like, you don't want to fully... There's ways you can, like, show assault without having to physically show assault. So you can do that for the scenes that are required, that are, in the book, that you choose to adapt, which you don't even have to choose to adapt. Again, you can kind of show us subtleties with things. Like, we never once saw a scene between, like, a marital scene between Aegon and Helena, but from the conversations, but from the subtlety of Helena's talking about what it's like to be married to him and what it's like in the marriage bed, you can understand that it usually isn't consensual for her. And it's not fun. Great way to do that. We don't actually have to show a physical assault scene. Especially after we've already seen a scene of Alicent being marital raped. I'm actually disturbed and disgusted. Like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, I know all of the assault and the horrible things that happen to women in this book. I actually have the book fully annotated, and I have every single horrible thing that ever happens to a woman. I have that specifically tabbed with a specific color. I know every horrible thing that happens to these women, so I know when to brace myself. This never happens. You don't need to just make up a sexual assault scene. And I will fight with whoever I can't have to in the comments. You don't just pull that out of your ass. Why are you doing this to both Alicent and Olivia Cook? Lord Jasper is trying to blame Alicent and be like, yeah, that's her fault. Alicent's a betrayer. She kind of deserved that. Yeah, you were arrested. I'm the master of laws, and you just broke the law. You will not have the Valyrian feet to defend you, Daemon. She has me. The freak. And Dark Sister. I'm the Rogue Prince. Like, the chainmail armor outfit. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's a costume choice. It's a costume choice. Oh my god, it would be so funny if she like has Mysaria on dragging back with her. Mysaria giving her the crown. You will need your crown. I hope he will send for me. No, this is gay as hell. No, that was gay as fuck. That was gay as hell. Yeah, Daemon constantly insulting Alf is definitely gonna help further the betrayal arc. Yeah, and there's a reason you don't make it out of this thing alive, either of you. Like, Alf's trying to look so professional. They both assault women, guys. Alicent only thinking of what's gonna make her daughter happy. Lock your windows! Lock your windows! The fact that she outlives all her children. And all she wants is for Helena and Daeron to be happy and good. I'm actually gonna harm myself. Yeah, definitely sending Ryan that therapy bill, because thinking about relapsing. I think I might like to keep chickens. You would have been so much happier if Alicent just agreed to let you marry Jace. Helena's being such a cutie. I am not excited for the terrors that are to happen. Bye, baby! Yay! They're going to Harrenhal. Y'all about to lose your minds. Y'all about to lose your minds. I got an extra antipsychotic if you want. Look at Aemond being mama's little sociopath. Burning down the Riverlands. Burning down a castle that's already been burnt down. Doing other people's work for him. Yeah, no shit, that's a dragon. Honestly, I think the armor itself, it's okay. I think the helmet's kind of cunty, like, with the covering eye, like with the eye patch built into the helmet. Now that's kind of cunty. If he's fighting with the cat's paw dagger, I hope he doesn't die with it, because then how does the cat's paw dagger get back to King's Landing? Yeah, guys, we don't know. Yeah, Eamon, you about to hallucinate so heavily. You about to have so many hallucinations. I can't prepare you for that. Sir Simon, like, Simon Strong was so cunty. How dare you get rid of that drip? Maybe some of his fits can go to the actual queen now. Because why was he dressed like that and Miriam was dressed the way she was? Eamon's killing the last of the Strongs. Mamacita, Mama Alice. Yeah, you about to hallucinate so heavily. She's literally messing with your mind right now. Yeah, it's not a good time for you. Oh, is she gonna nurse him back to health and hallucinate with him? I'm actually quite excited for Eamon and Alice's storyline. I'm actually quite intrigued by it. It's gonna mess with me. That's your baby mama, twin. Yeah, no, not to not acknowledge the fact that Alice is also a victim in all of this. Yeah, she's definitely gonna nurse him back to health and do some voodoo shite. The dragons! The last 20-ish minutes is the taking of King's Landing. Damn. I don't know if we needed all that stuff before. Some of that could have been in the previous episode. Some of that didn't need to be included. Silverwing! Oh, Silverwing is so beautiful, y'all. Yeah, if I see Alswife in the crowd in King's Landing, then she wouldn't be in Templeton. So why would she go to Templeton? And he would, unless she, yeah, she's right there in King's Landing. Why would she see, or is she fleeing? I don't know. Unless she flees, there's no reason for Elf to not stay with Rhaenyra in the Templeton battle. Like, everyone's seeing the dragons flying above. It's crazy. Guys. Rhaenyra has come for her throne. And they just land, like, right there in the Red Keep. And yeah, them guards are smart as hell. Opening the gates for her. That is Mama. That is Queen Rhaenyra. That braid is tight. But that costuming choice is not. I'm sorry, I'm gonna drag the costuming. All of them bending the knee like they should. Their calls are so cute. I love the way the dragons sound. They really said, yeah, all the budget went to the dragons. Sorry, Rhaenyra, you can't get a good drippy fit. Ooh, actually, now that I'm looking at that braid, there's so many flyaways, actually. Y'all couldn't spend for a good wig. A good wig. I wanted to say wig and weave at the same time. Yeah, Daemon, kill them biatches. Rhaenyra got her hand on the sword. Like, do you even know how to actually fight with a sword? She has Jace's sword. Yeah, maybe don't take your helmet off just yet, babe. Oh, so this is why her feet are bloody. She's walking through blood. The power couple that this is. Oh, the look on Rhaenyra's face. She's getting to her throne. She's gonna sit on that chair if it's the last thing she does. Damon's like, yeah, I know how it feels, twin. Rhaenyra, you did not just draw your sword right now. Twin, you don't know how to use that. Damon's like, girl, put that thing away. Who's coming? Oh, it must be Allison. What is going on? Oh, it's the gold cloaks. Please tell me they're gonna surrender to Rhaenyra. Daemon should be like, hey, old sword fellows. Oh, yeah, he does remember them. He's like, twins, come on. Yes, they're like, we remember we are under Daemon's rule. Rhaenyra's the Winter Queen. All the Greens are like, we are screwed. Yeah. Yeah, y'all are screwed.
And they are laying down their arms for their queen. Clock it. Sit on the chair. Sit on the chair. Sit on the chair. Not yet. Allison needs to bend the knee. Yeah, babe. Aegon isn't there. Aegon left a couple days ago. Allison is literally taking all her anxiety meds right now knowing Aegon is not there. Like, so Orwell has been hiding Otto. I can give you another. Yeah, it's Otto. Did you really think you could flee the city that fast, Allison? Like, did you not think Rhaenyra would, like, want to see you and be like, yo, Allison, twin? No. Daemon releasing all the black prisoners. Oh. She gave her the rapist. Oh. It's one of the dungeon keepers. Larys? Really? Larys kept Otto? And it's like a gift for Daemon. Hope you forgive the fact that I smuggled Aegon out of the freaking kingdom. Peeing me off. Yeah, this is gonna be Otto. And they're going up with his head. Yeah, I know that sound of that breathing. That's Reese. He's literally just gonna throw his head in, isn't he? Nope, he's marching him in. And we're getting a full beheading. Is Rhaenyra gonna be the one to take his head? Rhaenyra's like, I don't know if I can actually become a murderer. That vein in Emma's neck. Otto, being a conniving, manipulative bitch up into his death, let Daemon do it. You don't have to spill a single drop of blood. Physically, at least. Metaphorically. Nope, she's gonna do it with Dark Sister. Otto, why are you giving side-eye up until your death? You know what? At least he died doing what he loved. Judging the gays. That's why you don't close your eyes. Oh my god. Yeah, this season is the most bloody and brutal. So that's why she's walking in blood. Y'all, I can't form a thought on that yet. Because I do actually kind of think it's kind of cunty and love that she took his head. But I'm not the biggest fan of the whole, like, her becoming, like, more masculine. We don't actually see her climbing up the steps of the throne. We see it in the reflection of Otto's blood. Now that is cinematography. Oh, I have to be quiet. Sit on the throne. You can do it. Let your butt hit those swords. And this would also explain why in the book they're like, yeah, there's blood. But also she did. It's believed she did grip the throne so tight in her anger and her vengeance. Oh wow, look, you're sitting on the throne. Is it everything you ever dreamed of, baby? Is it worth it? Are they gonna bring Allison in and make her bow? Yep. They're gonna make her bow. That is Papa. That is Papa on the floor.
Loki's just kind of sad, looking at Allison with tears in her eyes, kind of feeling like, sorry, I killed Daddy. Is that going to be the closing shot, the look on Rhaenyra's face? Yeah. Damn. Honestly, I feel like I've given all my thoughts. The thing is, I like that we're kind of incorporating the fact that Rhaenyra is wielding a sword, but I'm not the biggest fan for her, like, going down this path of adapting more male qualities and features and becoming more masculine, and just fully being like, just because I look like a woman doesn't mean I'm not a king. The internalized misogyny, no. Rhaenyra was a beautiful woman who loved nice things and loved being gold and loved being a beautiful princess. That didn't change when she became queen. She wore the finest dresses and wore her hair in the finest ways with silks and pearls and everything, like, braided into her hair. Like, what I think would be beautiful is she was in a stunning, beautiful gown, maybe with a little bit of chainmail under it, or on it, and she had the sword with her. But I do get the fact that she has to be, like, kind of in her riding leathers. You could have actually given her, like, a nice fit. You could have given her a nice fit. There's no need for her to go down this, like, male-centered, the gods chose me path. What is with this obsession of once you get your hands on once you get your hands on George's work, which is not yours, you go, I'm gonna interpret this the way I want to, even though I'm not the creator. And I think that all the Targaryens are mad. Especially the women! That says something about you. I have to get my proof for you guys, just to, like, make my point. This is my copy of Fire and Blood. These are my annotations. It's kind of hard to see, but everything that is in a pink or purple tab, that represents something horrible happening to a woman. Oh my god, this one's about Helena. Do I even read this one? Queen Helena spent her days in darkness, weeping, and surely could not be counted as a threat. So this is just like when they were talking about, like, you know, who of Alicent's children are threats, you know, who on Team Green is a threat, and they're like, she's not, like, she's just depressed. And that's not necessarily, like, a bad thing that's happened to her, but that's because of what's happened to her. Like, she is depressed because of her fucking life. You killed her children. You haven't given her the life she's wanted. Okay, this one is absolutely diabolical. I don't even think I can speak. No, I can't say this one out loud, but this is Myssaria's fate. The way Myssaria dies is also a femicide. Imagine Cersei's atonement from Game of Thrones when they make her, you know, walk the red streets of the keep in her birthday suit. But if they were allowed to physically actually harm her to the point where she died. That's how Myssaria goes out. By the way, Myssaria spent most of her life unconsensually doing sex work. Like, I can't even... So, that was my reaction and my complaints about House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 2. If you really want to know my true thoughts about the changes and comparisons from the book to the show and how horribly racist and misogynistic they are, please let me know down below in the comments and I will make that video, because I have thoughts on doing a video on not only just Seasons 1 and 2 individually, but also on individual characters as a whole. Like, this was my hyperfixation. This found me in a dark time and made me so happy. And you ruined it for me. And you don't mess with someone with autism, because I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to be quiet. This isn't some little book to me. This is my life. I love these brother, sister, cousin, uncles who kiss each other and ride dragons. I will die for them. Stop messing with them. Do you hear me, Ryan? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did,
please make sure to give it a like, and maybe consider checking out some of my other ones where I just talk and talk and talk for hours.